Wie geht es euch? Scheiße, bitte. Wie geht es euch? Besser, besser. Sind alle trinken jetzt? Hafe, ich brauche einen Drink. Das ist der beste Weg zum Anfangen. Oh, super, danke schön. Bisschen Wein? Prost alle. Super. So, switching to English, because my German kind of sucks. My name is Doug Perkul, and I am the Chief Marketing Officer with O'Neill. Thanks for the intro. And before I do anything, I just want to really thank everybody here. God, this town is fucking amazing, and everybody here has been so cool, and I love it. So thank you guys very much for having me here. Just amazing. Thank you guys, for real. So cool. I actually put a lot of thought into this. I generally try not to just wing it. And I was thinking about what to do with everybody here and what do I want to communicate while I have my 20 minutes on stage here. And the more I thought about it, I don't want to talk about O'Neill. We're a surf company. We do stuff with snowboarding and skiing, but it's not important. For me it is, but for you guys, I figured I have this experience. I could talk to you a little bit about one of the big problems I'm seeing right now, and maybe we can just discuss it and see what our thoughts are on this thing. So the name of the presentation is You're Doing Everything Wrong. So the first thing, ihr solltet, oh shit, I have it written somewhere. All right, ihr solltet euch alle schämen. Every single one of you. I'm looking at you too. Yeah? And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with every single one of you. I know times are tough right now. I know that marketing is very, very difficult, but I'm disappointed. Sure, there's a lot to consider right now. This is a matrix that exists for a modern marketer. And what we're seeing right here is a lot of stuff to deal with. If you have stores where you're selling product, and hopefully if you have product, you're selling it in stores, otherwise you're doing something very wrong, then shame on you. But assuming that you're selling in stores, you have POS to worry about. You have email marketing. You have customer relationship management. You have to worry about social media. You have to worry about new product development, product marketing, advertising, display, viral videos. Jesus Christ, right? It's like you look at this and you're like, how do you get anything done? But shame on you. I'm assuming you guys all have this done. But how did you guys know that the next big thing was not going to be exploding photos? How did you not know that this was going to be the next big thing, exploding photos? Shame on you guys. Everybody could have known that Facebook numbers would be dropping because young kids would go to a platform using exploding photos. I mean, what the fuck? Like nobody could have predicted this, yet all of a sudden this comes up in a meeting now. They're like, well, how are we going to deal with exploding photos? And my first thought is like, am I really having this conversation right now? And a lot of times the answer is yes. So shame on you for not having a strategy on Snapchat yet. Bad. Drone delivery. Anybody here involved in drone delivery yet? Drone delivery, man. Get with the times, man. Why should people go to stores? Have it drone to your house. This is the future. Do you guys have a strategy on that yet? Anyone? Shame on you. You got to start thinking about this stuff right away, right? It's really important shit. Wearable technology. Great. Now I can pay for things with my iPhone. I can be bothered every moment of my life because I don't even have to take my phone out of my pocket anymore. Awesome. What is your strategy for wearable technology? Anybody? Shame on you guys. Come on. What are you guys doing? Lazy fucking marketers. Lazy. Location-based beacons at retail. Got to worry about that one too now, right? Got my smartphone, my iWatch, my iWallet, I got my everything, and now basically when I pass a shirt, there's going to be a promotion on my phone. It's going to tell you, well, you really need this shirt. And I got to start thinking about this, right? I'm sure you're thinking about it right now. If you're not, then shame on you guys. You're not doing your jobs. You guys suck. Virtual reality. Now, I know you guys have a nice Oculus project. The new Oculus project is coming out, consumer-based product, and we're all going to be in virtual reality. I don't need to go anywhere. I can sit on the couch and visit the Louvre. I can sit on the couch and be transported to a vacation. I don't even have to go anywhere anymore. Do you guys have a strategy for this? Again, you suck. Shame on you. Oh, we love this one. Periscope. Now I don't have to edit videos anymore. Not at all. I can just live videocast my life, my brand, what have you, in real time. And I don't need video cameras. I can just use my phone. Maybe some of you guys are periscoping right now. Probably. It's exciting stuff. What's your strategy for that? That's what I thought. You suck again. And this is my favorite. So even if you have a virtual reality strategy, even if you have drone deliveries and you've managed to work your way around these circles of all these different facets of marketing, what about this? I love this new company. This is called Snaps, because emojis are powerful things. Now you can have custom emojis for your brand. This is for Burger King right now. One of them says, "How you doing?" Right? That's how you sell some goddamn French fries. How you doing, French fry emoji? Right? This is awesome. And this is something now that we have to think about. Because sooner or later, someone's going to say, well, what's our creative policy on emojis? And I'll be like, I'm thinking about it. And I am. I'm thinking it sucks, but I'm thinking about it. So this is the problem. So we have all of this stuff. And obviously, I'm exaggerating and being hyperbolic here. But the reality behind being a marketing professional right now is we're inundated with all of these new technologies. Some are great, some are absurd. Some demand our attention and respect and planning, and some can just go out the window. And we're also dealing with this goldfish. So this little goldfish right here has a longer attention span than human beings. Okay? 1 second longer, this little goldfish. You guys are already lost. This goldfish is paying attention. You guys were lost. You're probably checking your iPhone right now. I see you. The average attention span of human beings has dropped from 12 seconds in 2000 to 8 seconds in 2013. Guys, round of applause for ourselves. Humans. Awesome job. And so we're dealing with people that just don't give a shit. So there's more stuff going on, there's more noise, more clutter, and people don't care. This is the promise of technology and innovation. This is actually a real picture from Epcot. So Epcot in Walt Disney World, Florida, had this World of Tomorrow, Epcot. And as you can see here, this was the promise, technology. Now you have a robot, obviously, doing your housekeeping for you. And he's wearing a tuxedo, which I think is kind of funny. Like, why is he wearing a tuxedo? Who cares? He's wearing a tuxedo. And look at the dude. So the guy who's the owner of the technology looks like Hugh Hefner. He's wearing a smoking jacket. He's like chilling out, like just drinking. He's pondering. He's like, what do I do? I'm so bored. I have a robot in a tuxedo, and he vacuums for me. What do I do? But this was the promise, was that technology would be our savior and free up our time and allow us to ponder important things like this guy who's pondering something. This was what was promised to us. And with this free time that we have, we can enjoy our lives. That sounds pretty cool, right? The reality is like a bad Michael Bay movie. It is explosions here, and there's tripwires there, and there's just things going off everywhere, and it's noise and confusion and bright lights and thunder. And what ends up happening at this point is that, I look at the previous picture, I'm like, well, that was what was promised, but in reality, I'm just stressed out all the time. And I'm stressed out as a human being, and I'm also stressed out as a marketer because I always feel like I'm one step behind. I always feel like I'm missing something. I always feel like I should be somewhere else. And that's a really, really big problem that we as marketers need to face. And it's leading to confusion. So this was amazing. There's no way to describe it, but amazing. Nearly 1/3 of agency executives, this is back from 2013, think that they're already advertising on Facebook with video ads, but that wasn't actually possible on the platform at the time. So, I know there's some Facebook guys here, and there's some Twitter guys here. These changes are happening all the time, and it's leading to confusion because marketers don't even know what they're doing anymore. I'm doing video ads all the time. They're great. They're just kicking ass for me, and you're like, that's not possible yet. You can't do that. No, okay. So you have confusion, and then what you also have is you have this notion of people chasing. just likes and shares and retweets and repins and this and that. And I've seen so many marketing conversations going where people are losing sight of the big picture. And even if you're creating compelling content that is true to your brand and you really believe in, if it doesn't get X amount of likes and shares, oh my God, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to crawl under a rock. And it's important, and it's the great thing about digital networks and social media is you can get immediate real-time feedback. So you can see how something is performing. But it's gotten to this level now where people are chasing this so hard. That's all they're thinking about, right? So what we're seeing here is we're seeing lots of confusion. We're seeing lots of running around chasing various things that are of importance, but we're not quite sure why or how. And the saddest part about this whole experience we've been going through as marketers is this part right here. And this is massive. And I know there's a lot of students here. Can I show of hands, students? Wow. This is serious. And I got to go on record as saying, like, this is what's happening right now. Creative executives and marketing professionals are burning out. And I've seen it firsthand. And if you don't think it's real, I hope you never experience it for yourself. This is the reality. People are trying to do everything. People are running around like mad human beings just trying to keep up with the gluttony of stuff. And it's taking a toll on our industry as a whole. People are burning out, and people are getting sick. And when work starts making you sick, then you need to do something about it. So for you young folks out there that are students, really pace yourself, right? It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Slow down, okay? Do good work. It's not about velocity all the time, right? I've had friends that end up like this, and it's not pretty. But enough about that. So what are we talking about here? What is the remedy? What is the fix? And I wish I had the simple answer for that, but unfortunately, I don't. But I do believe 100% that the crazier things get and the faster things become and the more choices that we all have, that focusing is going to be more and more important. Now, certain companies have, a bazillion people in their marketing team, and there's a guy who does this and that and this and that, and like I could just throw a rock, and there's an assistant social media coordinator, director assistant, who knows? But these, certain companies have it. My company's not like that. And I'm assuming that a lot of you guys work for companies that don't have a mad arsenal of staff to tackle all of these things that need to be considered, whether it be mobile, social, digital, what have you. So we need to focus at a certain point, and we need to make decisions about how we want to spend our time and our money. And that's critical. So we're really talking about the basics. Get your basics right. Get your basics right. It's so important, and everyone's first desire is to go chase the next biggest and best thing. But in reality, if we just slow down for a minute, collectively, we slow down, and we're thoughtful, and we really think about it, what is it that we as marketers want to communicate? What is it that singular message for that product that can get people to consider what you're offering them? Okay? When I start talking about this, one of the words I throw around a lot of the time is productizing. And it's a big one, versus advertising. So advertising works around the premise of making people want things. That's advertising, right? Make people want things. Versus productizing, which is making things people want. Again, making things people want. It switches the paradigm around. So as marketer right now, one of the key focuses I have is working with the product team, working with them and making sure that every single product that we put out in the market is something that's unique to O'Neill, is true to our DNA of who we are, and actually answers a consumer need. Versus advertising, which says, check this out. I don't believe in that. Have to have tight objectives right now. You have to know exactly what you want to do. You have to have a tight plan on your channels. What do you want to do on your social channels? How many do I want to consider? Do I really want to be experimenting all the time, or do I want to focus on the core? What is your plan, and have it tight? And more specifically, make sure you communicate it across your organization. Make sure everyone totally understands what it is that you want to accomplish. Because the only way from a marketing standpoint to get things done is to have buy-in from your entire organization. Yeah, marketing exists to serve sales, right? We're there to serve sales. We're there to make product better. We're there to basically help product with new product development. And ultimately, This is going to be products that people want to buy in the market. That's how we stay in business. That's how we keep our jobs. Right? So we have to be more thoughtful on this. And KPIs are really important. I don't want to get too boring on KPIs, but you need, if you're going to be doing anything from a marketing standpoint right now, you need to be able to justify money. The money train has left the building. Those times where you have checks to write money for this and that, that's gone. Everything we do at this point gets measured. And that's the beauty and the curse of digital. What do I want to accomplish? Track it and be able to report back on the performance of what you just did. It could be a video. It could be something that you're doing in retail. It could be anything. But I need to set up in advance what my expectations are and be able to report back. Very, very important. And the last part is, why should anybody care? The biggest problem with marketing is that people on the agency side, and guilty as hell, I was on the agency side for many years, create stuff for ourselves. We're like, wow, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? And you do it, right? And then you're like, wait, nobody really gives a shit. Like, nobody cares. Like, we thought it was really cool, and we spent a lot of client money. Like, that was awesome. But nobody's using it, and you create work for yourselves instead of basically answering a fundamental question, which is, does this add value or utility to the consumer? Does this help move the product, right? And if it's not, you really need to question what you're doing at the moment. So it's becoming a lot more important to have accountability. It's a massive measure. So stop chasing your tail, okay? Stop chasing your tail. And the noise, again, don't be distracted by the noise. Once you have your tight plan, you know exactly what you want to focus on. If something is not in your plan, right, then it probably doesn't need to be done right now. It doesn't have to be. Not everything needs to be accomplished in this minute. If you slow down, if you're thoughtful, if you measure the things that you want to accomplish and you improve upon them every time, an iterative approach, things will get better. But the noise is your enemy. Noise is your enemy. Be proud of your work, people. And this is massive. No matter what you're doing, be really proud of your work. Why did you guys get into marketing in the first place? Why? We could have done a myriad of different things, right? And a lot of them actually would serve humanity a lot better than the stuff that we do. But we decided to do this. Why? Because it's supposed to be fun, right? That's why we're doing this thing. It's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be creative. We're supposed to be coming up with awesome ideas that motivate people, that stimulate them, that engage with them, right? We need to keep doing this. Be proud of your work. I don't care if it's a single post and you're a social media coordinator, a single photo on Instagram, if it's going to be a short-form video, long, it doesn't really matter. Be proud of the stuff you're doing and do great work every single time. And focus on doing great work. Don't do it half-assed and run on to the next thing. Again, the focus. Beautiful work always wins. And stay true to your brand. This is massive. We need to, and like we at O'Neill, when we think about what we want to do, we think back to Jack. So Jack created the brand back in 1952. He created the first wetsuit because he wanted to surf longer. So everything is built around innovation. The first surf shop ever was O'Neill. The first board lease was O'Neill. And when I make product right now, when I sit with the product guys, what we always ask ourselves is, how is this product inherently O'Neill? How does this get the O'Neill stamp of approval on it? It has to deliver above and beyond what the other stuff does. And it also goes for initiatives that we undertake. I get hit up all the time for these various projects that people want me to support, and I don't. Last part, experimentation does matter, but don't do this shit again. This is the last one. The stereoscopic 3D application features a steak that can be flipped up to 4 times with the aid of 3D glasses. This is what people were doing with applications. Let's not go back there again. All right, my time is out. I'm going to skip forward to this one. Don't forget to have fun, and Dankeschön. Cheers, thank you.